Welcome back to my cigar exploration channel. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, you know that I love when a cigar brings the cedar. So I am excited today to explore this Arturo Fuente. This is the King B 6x55 Belicoso. So let's get right into it. Got some hot coffee, just heavy cream. All right, so this is wrapped in cedar. Let's get this cedar wrapper off of it. Take a look at the cigar band. Arturo Fuente Gran Reserva. King B 6x55 Belicoso. This is a Dominican stick. Cost me $11. I see it online anywhere from 11 to 13, so I don't think I did too bad for just a single stick. It obviously smells like cedar and tobacco. It's real beautiful. It's got a beautiful leaf on it. Feels a little dry, not necessarily in a bad way. All right, let's get it cut. We're gonna do a few of these straight cuts on this, Belicoso, basically a torpedo end on this cigar. Okay, so let's do maybe one more. All right, that looks great. Take a look at that. Beautiful. Cold draw. Whoa. Yeah, tons of cedar. Which makes sense. Let's take a look at this real quick. Just a cedar wrapper with some tape on it and a black satin band at the bottom with some tape on it. Nothing too fancy, but I like that. And then here was the wrapper it came in. It says King B. The other side. Pretty fancy stuff. All right, let's get this thing lit. See what we got this morning. So let's see if we can get it lit with a piece of cedar. I think we're gonna have too much wind, but we'll give it a shot here. Ouch, that was hot. All right, let's just touch it up a little. Get it fully lit. How's everybody doing today? What are we smoking? What are we drinking? Getting cedar, tobacco, some cocoa, a little spice. Feels a little tight. The draw I'm getting isn't exactly ideal. Okay. Well, we'll try cutting it again. We'll try cutting it again and just see if that helps at all. Take a little bit more off the end of it there. I don't think so. It feels real tight. It feels real tight right in here. Right below the cigar band right here. Not here, but up here. Yeah, it's tight. Boy, if you've been watching me, I haven't had the best luck lately. The last video I made with a Perdomo Lot 23, the thing practically fell apart before I got to smoke it. I did finish that cigar, and it didn't fall apart. It held it together, but just barely. Yep, real tight. Not much you can do about that. Not much you can do. It's not my cut. My cut, you see I got a lot off the end here. It's not the cut, it's just the stick is tight, man. Well, I mean, I guess I had some really good luck for a while there too, so I guess I really can't complain. It's burning, it's just not giving me that. I want a ton of smoke, a big draw off of a stick, and I'm just not getting that. I'm getting that flavor I want. I'm getting that cedar, and the tobacco is lovely. It's very good. Boy, I'd be disappointed if I bought a box of these and they didn't draw. If they were all like this, that would be very disappointing. Wow. Yeah, this thing is not giving me what I want. Have you smoked any sticks that did this to you? Didn't give you the draw you wanted? Have you had a cigar that you can't even draw? I have. I had bought some ones that I complain about. Whenever other sticks don't draw, I complain about them, and that's the Trader Jack's by J.C. Newman Cigar. They came in a bag of 20, and half of them, you couldn't even smoke them. They wouldn't draw. They were so tight. So I've had it happen, just not with an $11 stick. Coffee's not disappointing. Well, I'm going to try to finish this thing, even though it's giving me such a problem. I'm hoping I get to a certain point and it doesn't do that anymore. This thing was so pretty, too. I guess looks aren't everything, huh? I mean, just a gorgeous cigar band. It had a beautiful looking leaf. It's still beautiful. A beautiful leaf. Great shape. You know, that torpedo, Belicoso shape. I thought the size was good. And then, of course, the fact that it had that cedar. Was sitting in cedar for weeks, months, who knows how long. You know, while it found its way to Cigar Exploration headquarters here. This is why you bring more than one cigar, too. If you're going somewhere and you're really looking forward to having a smoke, that's why you don't just bring this one fancy one. You bring this and a couple of quorums, maybe two fancy ones. I don't know. It depends on how long you're going to be there, but that's why you bring more than one stick. It's disappointing. Really disappointing. Ooh, see, and if you squeeze, you heard that crack. It didn't crack it, but it may have cracked something inside. You gotta be careful squeezing on that hard spot. It stinks because it has such good flavor. You know, I'm getting that cocoa, like I said, cocoa, cedar, and just tobacco. Like dark chocolatey, tobacco. And then just can't draw it. On the retro, it's barely a retro. I'm getting some more of the same, but also maybe some almonds. Yeah, what a great flavored stick. Hey, at least yesterday, that Perdomo actually smoked, even though it almost came apart. This thing isn't gonna come apart. It's just beautiful looking, but doesn't get the job done. That's a life lesson for you there. That's a life lesson. And it's going to turn me away from these a little bit. I already wasn't a big Dominican Republic, fan of their sticks as much as I am Nicaragua. Nicaragua is my favorite, but favorite origin, country of origin for these sticks. But now that this happened with this, it's like, do I buy another Arturo Fuente? I don't know. If I do, I'm certainly going to be that guy in the cigar store squeezing it, because I bought this in person. So maybe it is loosening a little. It feels like it's getting a little bit looser there. It's just not giving me much of anything. All right, well, we're gonna just take a big risk here, and we're gonna squeeze this thing a bunch, and it's gonna mess it up. But it's either that or the cigar just is toast. Yeah, it's cracking it. See if we can loosen it up a little bit. This is just never a good idea, ever. It's tight up here too, real tight. That might be where the problem actually is here. There's another channel on YouTube, Pick Jimmy. He talks about this a lot. He had some issues like this, and I knew it was possible for it to happen to me. I just was kind of hoping, no offense, buddy, I was hoping it was something that you dealt with and nobody else, because I didn't want to deal with it. But yeah, it's real tight up here. This has a name too, this area of the cigar. That may have helped a little bit. I can at least get some smoke off of it now. I'm biting it and spinning it in my mouth to try and loosen that area up just below the head there. You can actually see my teeth marks in this cigar. Okay. Well, I guess it was worth the risk. Seems to be smoking better now. Okay. Well, I've got myself a smokable cigar. Hey, that's why it's called cigar exploration. It isn't called cigar conquer, It's called exploration because this stuff's all new to me, and I'm not happy this happened, but honestly, it's an adventure, trying to figure things out. Now I know maybe to bite it, spin it and bite that area hard. Just loosens it up a little. I did crack the leaf on this thing in a few spots, can see one there. You know, there's a few spots there that I did some damage to it, but you know, this is coming off a little bit here. But, you know, this thing's smoking. It's working better than it has the whole time, so. Man, that coffee's good. And I thought this would go well with the coffee as well, which it does. Yeah, big time almonds. That's what I'm getting, an almond note. Like if you, again, smelled almonds in your hand, or if you, this is gonna be weird, but like licked an almond, didn't chew it up, but like kind of licked it and you got the flavor off of it. Yeah, it's enjoyable now. Rescued it. Saved it. It was almost going in the cigar pile, in the nub pile, but it wouldn't have been a nub. Real good flavors on this. Really enjoying it. That tobacco, cedar, and a little hint of almonds there, kind of at the end. This video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. If you're hanging in there, appreciate you. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I try to put out videos every day. It's usually close to it. How many cigars do you smoke a day? I usually smoke 1 to 2 per day. Haven't been smoking very big cigars either. If I smoke a Churchill, usually it's like the only one I smoke for the day. But if I smoke a couple of these smaller ones, I usually smoke 2 of these smaller ones. Yeah, it went from being really mild, you know, when it wasn't smoking right, to now being more of a medium cigar. And a very enjoyable one at that. Yeah. I had this piece of cedar from the packaging on the Cohibas. They package them in packs of 5, and they have the back of the package has this like a piece of cedar the same size as the package, so I just break pieces of it off, use it to light cigars that I want to get a little bit of cedar out of, or I suspect will have cedar. It's kind of a goofy thing. I mean, you could just fire this thing up, you're gonna get the cedar. By lighting it with the cedar, you only get a little bit of extra cedar from the beginning. It's not like it stays in the stick. This thing tastes like cedar because it was wrapped in a piece of cedar. I'm assuming. This is just, one could assume that pretty safely. All right. Yeah, it's not as tight up here now. A little more loose. And again, I don't know if that was from just all the chewing on it. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to actually turn this camera off. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you in the next video.